I am going to do the thing that I've been putting off for over a year for sure. Really for longer than that because I've had most of this stuff for way a long time. But this closet right here, well, it is not a closet. It's a laundry room. Looming in the background, lurking in the shadows over here is a mess. And yeah, it's things that I have pared down a lot. If you look at my second video on my channel, that was after I pared down quite a bit, but this is like what I pared down a lot, but I still just really need to get rid of a lot of it. I did find a consignment store locally here that sells a lot of the things that I have in there. So a lot of it, I've had it on my Depop for like a year now. And it's kind of reached the limit. I don't think any of them are going to sell at this point. So I'm going to take them to that shop, and then whatever doesn't sell there is going to be donated. I've just been not wanting to deal with it and putting it off, but I have our apartment is doing some kind of inspection on the plumbing, and since that is the laundry room, I went to the office and asked, and they do need to access it. So she said it doesn't need to be empty, but they need to be able to get to the pipes, which are right about there, that level-ish. So I need to empty out a lot of the things that are in there. And it just really needs to be done anyway. I do have hoarding tendencies. I've had them my whole life, but I've only recently, within the last few years, come to terms with that and accepted it, and I'm working on it. It is a form of OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder, and a lot of it stems from childhood trauma, which I have a lot of. And it's got to do with control. It's got to do with a lack of control. Holding on to things is a way of controlling your surroundings. And it's also, to me, I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I do some life coaching and I've done a lot of research, but for me personally, this is my own, like, feelings about the subject, and let me know in the comments if you feel the same way, if you have this issue. For me, having seen myself as not worthy and unredeemable and less than because of how I was treated as a child, I find myself trying to make items redeemable and worthy and not garbage. Like, I tend to hold on to a lot of things that are technically trash, like boxes and packing paper and things like that, and you're gonna see a lot of it. I call myself recycling it or reusing it, and there are some boxes in there that I am holding on to for when we move. We don't know when we're gonna move, but they're good boxes. I paid for them and they're sturdy and they were only used once, and so those I will hang on to, but they just need to be stored better. But there are a lot of Amazon boxes and Amazon envelopes and packing materials I just don't need. And for me, I feel like I hold on to a lot of things that can be repurposed and reused in an attempt to prove that it has worth, even though other people deem it trash or garbage. It's like a thing. I have to continually remind myself Delight, this is trash, let it go, let it, that is, I realized maybe I should introduce myself. I tend to not, like, say who I am on my video. I don't know, it feels weird. In my old channel, I always said my name, like, every time, and every time I watched it, it just felt weird. So, my name is Delight. It is my real name. My dad gave me that name, and I love it. A lot of people call me by my last name, which is Sierra, and it used to bother me, but I just don't care anymore. So, yes, my name is Delight Sierra. First name Delight, last name Sierra, not the other way around. I was called by my last name, even when it was my maiden name, which was Austin, and my first marriage, which was Pierce. I got called by my last name. I don't know what the deal is, never figured it out. It is what it is. I don't really care that much. As long as it, I don't really want to be called bad names, but I don't care about that either anymore. So it is. So my name is Delight, and welcome to my channel. Which I put A Delightful Life in that is my other channel, which my very first channel is just my name, Delight Sierra. My other channel that I'm going to be ramping up here, I've almost got enough material to start, is called A Delightful Life, and then this one is Happy Wife, Delightful Life, which after making it, I started it because I am a happy wife. I used to be a miserable wife, and I made my husband miserable because I was miserable. And I know that term can be taken in a derogatory fashion, like meaning that some person other than yourself should be making you happy, like a husband. That is not my intention with the name of my channel. I made this name because I feel like if you want to be a happy wife and have a delightful life, you can, and it's up to you, and it's your responsibility, not anybody else's. And my goal with this channel was to make tips and things that can help you have a happy life. I know I do a lot of hauls and things like that, but those are things that make me happy. So I know I watch a lot of things like that, and they make me happy. I find joy in them. So I hope that you find joy in them as well. But I also try to give things like this, showing that, we all have issues and you can overcome them. And that is where my happiness is helping other folks find freedom and happiness in their life without judgment. I don't put these on here to be judged, so if you feel the need to judge me in the comments, I'll accept it. I know I've not made a lot of good choices. I would ask that you be kind, but again, I can't control you. You make your own decisions and do what feels good to you. So if it feels good to be mean in the comments, then by all means do so. I'm able to take a lot, When you've dealt with a lot of abuse, you can take a lot, and I've learned to let it go. So do what you feel necessary to do. With that being said, welcome to my channel. I also don't say that because I would rather welcome you to my, spending time with me, which you're doing. You're giving me some time out of your day to watch my videos. So I don't necessarily welcome you to my channel. I welcome you to my day and hanging out with me, and that's why I don't do those things. But hello and welcome here. I appreciate you being here, spending time with me, and I hope you join me more often. And let me know in the comments things that you enjoy seeing and things that you could do without seeing. And I will do my best to accommodate those things. Well, I'm going to preface this with I'm probably going to do a lot of voiceovers because this is going to take a while. When you see this, you'll understand. It's going to be a while. So I'm going to be just recording, and I'll like hold things up that I want to talk about, but I'm just going to keep on roll this quickly through so we can condense. I know my videos tend to be long. I don't always intend for them to keep going on, but they do. And I try to, you know, cut out some, but then I'm like, but if I cut out too much, I'm still in the process of becoming a good storyteller. This is a process, and I'm learning, and feedback helps. So, you know, do your best to give me feedback, and I'll take it. I enjoy constructive criticism because then I know what I can improve and what I can change. So now, if it's mean criticism, I will read it and I will, you know, thank the person, because I believe that everybody has good intentions, and some people just don't understand how to come across in a nice way. And so I thank you. I may not always do things that are voiced in a mean way, because to me it's manipulative because of the way that I was raised and the trauma that I went through. Those things were done to me to manipulate me and control me, so I don't respond to those kinds of things, but I do read them, and I don't do them. I may respond and say thank you for your, you know, comment, but I don't do those things, because to me being that way is either intentionally or unintentionally manipulative and abusive, and I don't. My boundary now is I don't allow those things into my mind, my heart, my life. So if I say thank you, it is for, you know, giving me your opinion, for giving me your whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it. Suggestion or ideas. But I don't have to take them personally, you know. So just be aware. If you see something that you find mean, and you see that I said thank you for it, that's why. I feel like everybody deserves to be acknowledged and validated. I personally get to choose what I do with my life. So putting myself out in public brings about different challenges, and I choose to deal with them in a positive way instead of a negative way. So that's just me. Do what you feel is right. And I'm stalling. Can you tell? I don't want to open those doors and deal with this. I'm already almost 15 minutes in, and I have not done anything with this closet. Okay, I'm done. Welcome to my channel. I'm Delight, and I'm about to open up my closet full of skeletons and show you my hoard. With hoarding, you've seen most of the rest of my house. I'm in my bedroom right now. It's mostly like presentable and clean. Here, let me show you while I talk. I have my exercise equipment in this corner. I have a bag that of my knitting that I moved when I cleaned out my bed or my desk. These are my clothes for tomorrow. I always lay out my clothes, and these are extra blankets that we use if it gets chilly at night, which it does sometime. I always make my bed every day. My husband sits on it before he goes to work, so it gets a little rumpled, but I try to smooth it out. That's his side of the bed. That over there is my side of the bed. I have crystals and tissues on my desk, my bedside table, and a lamp, and he has a little lamp and his books that he reads. And then that's his side of the closet that's always open. I don't know why, because he has stuff that spills out and the door can't close, so. But as you can see, let me pull out a little bit so you can see the floor. My bedroom is clean. I clean it this way every day. It has some stuff that could probably be put away or moved. And, you know, I come into the living room and it pretty much looks the same all the time. You know, like somebody could come over at any time and I wouldn't be incredibly embarrassed about it. Oh, look, Mr. Frodo is sleeping in his bed. He loves this thing. I'm so happy that he loves it. And then I still have my office area, which is it's been pretty much staying the same. Let me give you a little update on this area. I have some tissues on my desk that I need to toss, but it looks a lot better than it did. I still have to address this area, but we haven't done that yet, so it's getting there. It's a work in progress. So let's get into this closet and get this done, because I really only have today to work on it. I'm gonna try to get a place where we can do this the best, but all right, let me just show you what we're working on. Here we go. That is it. That is... I don't want to get too close because then you kind of lose focus of what is all in there. So it's a little bit of everything. There's some cleaning stuff in there, and I would like to make room for all of my cleaning stuff to fit in there. It's a lot of boxes and junk that really, like, I'm gonna say out of everything that you can see, like right here, 85% of that is gonna be trash right off the bat. It's just things that I don't need right now, that I can get again. And then my goal right now today is to empty out all of this so that I can put some of these boxes from down here and stack them in the top. I really just need to get rid of all of this stuff. So yeah, let me get a far back, as far back as I can get without it going out of frame here. I'll take a picture like in long mode and insert it so you can just see the full glory of my mess. But yeah, this is what happens with hoarders. Well, I call it functional hoarding because, you know, actual, like, deep in the process hoarders don't have the cognition yet to know what they're doing, and so they will just fill up. That's a bad view. Let me turn this around. Have the light coming in through the window. Yeah, people who are deep in hoarding and deep in denial, because I was in denial for a very long time, they can't see what they're doing, and so they will fill their entire house like this, and it will be everywhere. And they can't live in the house, but they can't get rid of the stuff. And they have a problem with, you know, fire codes and sanitation, things like that. I don't have those types of issues anymore. I have gotten close to being in that place. But thankfully, I never got to that point. Like, I've known people who have had, and I think that might have been what helped me, is I've seen people live where, like, I walked into their house and they had trash stacked above my head, like literal garbage in bags that they just couldn't be bothered to take out, or they would have a computer desk and just have garbage stacked, you know, over their heads because they just tossed their stuff instead of getting up and taking it out or putting it in the trash can. And it was sad to see. A lot of them were my friends, and I think that kind of kept pulling me back to not getting to that point. But yeah, as you can see, this is not a good situation. And so today I'm addressing it. I'm gonna lay stuff out on my bed. I'm gonna create a box full of trash so I can take it out. A lot of these boxes, some of the things in here you can see, like shiny scarves and stuff, those go in Christmas boxes for kids. So I'm gonna put all of that, because I gotta get them ready for next month is November. Gotta get them ready for November because they go out. So I'm gonna put those together and stack them in my living room so I can get ready to take them when they're ready. I collect that stuff and it ends up in here, like that whole box with the sleeping bag, this one right here, that's all like Christmas donation stuff. So that one will be dealt with like immediately. The bags on the side are like all stuff that that's on my Depop, and then I'm gonna be taking to that consignment shop. So another 5 minutes of delay. Let's get this show on the road. I can't really explain anymore that I can't do in a voiceover. So most of this will probably be voiceovers, explaining the situation and giving helpful suggestions to people who might be going through this. If you know somebody who might be going through this, or you're going through it yourself. I will talk about things that I have learned and dealt with, so hopefully you can start healing from it too. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find an angle that you can see both the closet and the bed. It's probably gonna be really far away, so I hope you can bear with me. All right, let's get started on this. Hello, I'm going to be narrating the fast parts for you. I wanted to start out by saying that a lot of times we come to this place. No, not very many people understand how you get to this place of having a bunch of trash in your home. And it comes from a lack of ability to care for anything, because we tend to not care for ourselves. I've been working on this for a few years and I still struggle with it. But when you can't take care of yourself, when you can't put yourself first, you can't really deal with much else in the world. So it becomes rather hard, and it's like you just shut down and can't really deal with it. So you put things behind closed doors, or you close yourself off, and you hide from the world. You hide your situation from the world. Some of it is a lack of belief in whether you deserve to be cared for. So let me know in the comments, is this something that you've dealt with or are dealing with? And if you are, my heart goes out to you. This is a really challenging situation. And I know people make light of it, but it can be very detrimental to people's lives. And I'm definitely going through a fraction of what most people in a hoarding situation are going through. But I want you to know that I have dealt with much worse in my own life. This is the result of quite a few years of fixing for myself. It's been like almost 5 years, and this is what I've gotten myself to. So it can be done. It takes some work. And I really hope that if you are in this situation, that you can get yourself some help. Know that you are worth it. Know that you deserve to feel good. you can see I had a lot of garbage in there, like just straight garbage. It's a thing, it's a process. It's definitely a process. And, you know, believe in yourself. Believe that you deserve it. Believe that you can get through this. All right, here's a little update of what it looks like with most of the trash out of it. As you can see from what I was taking out, majority of it was garbage, like just straight garbage. Oh, here's the, that's the pile of things that are gonna be going away, and then that's stuff that needs to be gone through. So, yeah, that's all trash. Stuff that I was holding on to for packing up and shipping stuff. So, this is where we are now. I'm gonna continue. I just wanted to give you like, let me turn on my light here. There we go. So you can see how deep it goes back in there. And how I was poorly utilizing the space up top. Because really a lot of this stuff down here should go up there. Alright, let's get back to it. After seeing what I pulled out of this closet first, you may be wondering, how do you get to this point? Well, it's not like it, you know, all got there overnight. Those boxes, the things that I'm pulling out now, I mostly started out with those from when we moved, and my intention was to go through them all right away and get rid of stuff. And I didn't. And I let them sit there for longer, and then I added more stuff. You can see a lot of these boxes, well, I don't know if you can tell what they have in them, but those are all like holiday decorations and things like that. So I just kept adding to the problem that was already there instead of dealing with it to begin with. And how does that happen? Because sometimes your life is a mess. And I've been working on getting my life unmessy. It's a process. It is truly a process that you have to go through, and sometimes you take a few steps back before you get to move forward again. Like all of these tubes that I'm holding up, I had intentions to use those for things. I couldn't tell you what they are now. Probably crafting of some sort. But I never did. They just sat in there. And nothing got changed, nothing got done, nothing got dealt with until now. And now they're in the recycle. I have to empty it out of my car. I didn't take a video of it. I'll probably go take a video of it. It's all packed in my car right now, but yeah, a lot of that is just stuff I accumulated, and I keep accumulating it because I have intentions of doing good things with it, and then I just don't. So yeah, it's a matter of getting your life in order, getting yourself in order, getting your mind in order, taking accountability for the things that you put in places and not just letting them build up continually over time and not dealing with them, because you'll eventually have to deal with it. I promise you that. Yeah, it's a process that can take a while, and honestly, once you start, it's a lifelong process. Like, you don't ever get to stop. It's kind of like exercising. You can let yourself revert back to the way that you were, and that's okay. I don't want to do that, so I keep trekking on, learning more, figuring out what I've done wrong and what I need to change so that I can get better. I'm hoping that this time this closet will stay clean and I will actually get to finish going through the stuff that's in there. But yeah, if you are struggling with any kind of mental health issue and you've been down this road and you have a mess in your house, try starting with the mess in your life and you'll probably get a lot further with it. Here's another update. I've gotten the top cleared. Those 2 boxes are empty and I'm keeping them because they are my boxes for books. They're really good for books. They don't, you know, get destroyed. So there's the plumbing that you can see that I need them to be able to get to. So I probably won't pull all of this stuff out. I'm gonna finish getting all the little things out and move a lot of this stuff up to the top. These are like boxes of memory stuff that I've allowed myself to keep. Those 2, that bucket and that green bin, are tools, I want to say. I might be able to put more tools in there, and I think that blue box is tools as well. That is a record box. That doesn't actually have records. It has an old camera of mine in it. I think the rest of this stuff is stuff that actually needs to be sold. So I'm gonna peek through those boxes. The stuff that I'm gonna keep, I'm moving up here. These are the boxes that I'm gonna be keeping. I just need to be able to stick them in the side right there, so I'll be able to shift everything over this way. It's getting there. I'll take all of the videos that I am fast forwarding, that'll be, you know, that I'm actually like decluttering, and then when I put stuff back, I'll sum up all the times of those and I'll put a timestamp of how long that it takes up in the corner here somewhere. So you'll know exactly how long this process took, since I'm going to be like fast forwarding a lot of it. But that's where we are now. We're getting there. I want to say it's been about an hour maybe so far. Maybe less. I don't know. Time has kind of stopped for me, but that's what I have to work with right now. So I'm gonna go through and see what I can condense. These 2 boxes, I eventually want, I think I'm gonna pull them out and stick them in my closet down here, because I want to be able to get to them and empty out into my file cabinet what I am not gonna be like getting rid of, and then get rid of the rest. The bottom 2 boxes with the white tops, and this box right here, those are all my husband's comic books. So I'm going to put those up top. Because he needs to go through them so we can sell them. But he hasn't for whatever reason. So that is that. Alright, I'm going to put you back in the corner and finish this up. I know I haven't really been talking much about what I've actually been doing, and more about how I ended up in this situation. But I felt like that was way more important. I have a lot of holiday decorations, but not that many, honestly. I just need to put them somewhere. It's like a thing. I kind of decorate for the holidays, but I don't feel like I'm very good at it, so I do dabble. And I don't know, I'd like to get better stuff, I guess. I don't really decorate for Christmas much anymore. Like no tree or anything like that. Look at me getting off the topic completely. Oh, I know. Oh, that stack of papers I had stuck in there with the intention of using them to, you know, wrap up items that I was shipping out. And guess what? I never did. Just like those paper tubes. Never used them. Yeah, I'm working through this whole thing. Being cognizant of the fact that I have an issue with garbage, with throwing things away, it really helps because I can kind of hold myself accountable a little bit more. That was a power strip, unused, in the package. And those are unused picture frames. I don't know why I bought them. I'm trying to figure it out still. But I'll probably end up using them. It's not like they will go to waste or anything. And that is a bin full of wrapping, like, papers for wrapping up breakables. I guess if I keep it, then I don't have to hold on to more, is my justification. I don't know. This is a box of insects that I collected that I will show you here coming up shortly. Most of these boxes are things that I plan to keep, I guess. I don't know. I need to go through them, get rid of things I don't need, and yeah, I'm just putting it off. 2 of them, though, are things that are going to be sold, so I think this is one of them. No, this is me and John Behrman, and then my husband and, oh goodness, what is his name? The comic book guy, Stan Lee. Brain doesn't want to work today. Yeah, I need to just get rid of the things. Like, all of that stuff is mostly like Nightmare Before Christmas stuff that I don't deal with anymore. I grew up and I don't really deal with those things anymore. And yeah, the other bin that I'm about to put up there, that's also things that need to be sold. Here's the update before I begin rearranging everything. I'm gonna see if I can lift these 2 guys up to the very top. They're super heavy because they have comic books in them. So I'm gonna do my best. I need to go get my step stool. I need to get my stool so I can rearrange some of this stuff. These are empty. This one has comic books. This one has apparently paper that I use for repacking and like bubble wrap and stuff, so I don't know. I don't know. This is again my camera, which is a it's an old camera that I can probably sell. It still works, or do something with it. I don't know. I've had it forever, but it's a really nice box. It's an album, like record album box for DJs. This, here's the plumbing that needs to be accessible. Get out of my way, Ben. That down there, and this right there. Those are the things that need to be accessible for my apartment. So I'm gonna move all of the boxes, the boxes that we're keeping for packing, to this side right here. And then I'm gonna put these bins up against them and just stack them in the order. It appears that 2 of them are things, let me see. These 2 I'm gonna keep on the top because they're things that I'm selling. And then these bottom 2, this one and that black one down there, are things that I just need to go through and decide if I'm going to keep them or not. It appeared that some of them were bathroom items. This is my box of bugs that I've been looking for. Please be prepared, you might get creeped out by this. Yeah, these are all bugs. That's a palmetto bug, aka a gigantic roach. There's butterfly, there's June bugs, there's cicadas, there are crickets, and all kinds of awesome stuffs in here. I've been looking for this box forever. These 2 black things right here I think are bees. This is, I don't know what it is. I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, those are bugs I've been looking for. I collected them when I was in Florida, and I thought they were lost forever. I know most of you would probably wish they had gotten lost forever. And then this is tools that I need to keep accessible because Joe occasionally uses them, and I need to put those other tools in there as well. So alright, I need to figure out how to set this up so you can see me put stuff back in here. And I'm gonna go grab my step stool and we will get to getting. Did any of you ever watch that show? I love that show. Tell me in the comments what it's from. You'll be my best friend forever. I think this is going to be the best. I'll end up moving these guys first, so, or move them over, because I'm going to put these boxes that you can barely see down here in there, so you'll be able to see, I think. There, I think that'll be best. All right, hang on, let me go grab my stuff and we'll be right back. All right, you're gonna see me start to put this stuff away, organize it a little bit, get things all cleaned up, moved around. I have no idea what I'm doing there. Moving stuff so I can put the stool down would be my guess. And I'm about to dump a whole bunch of dust on top of my head when I lift up this silver thing. It was so much fun. I know sometimes people on cleaning shows and YouTube can make it look like it's like super simple. That's me shaking off all of the dust, trying to get it off of my face. But they make it look so easy, you know, oh, just clean it up and, you know, everything will be just fine. But we know that's not always the case. It can be very overwhelming when things get out of control. And then it just kind of feels impossible. And when things feel impossible, they are impossible until you decide that they are not and you can deal with them. And that takes a lot of love with yourself, and that can be a hard thing to get when you've not had that in your life, and you have to give it to yourself because nobody else is going to be able to do it. You have to be able to give yourself that love and understanding and comfort and get yourself there. You can, it's not bad to have support, but you have to start with you. Definitely. I think I saw my light flash before my eyes when I was putting this up here because it kept wanting to fall on me. And then I was afraid of falling off of the stool. So the lids don't fit very well and they wanted to fall off. It was terrible. This one is the worst that I'm going to be putting up there. It just did not want to cooperate. The lid kept wanting to come off. And here we go. Trying to squeeze it in that space without dropping it on my head. It's really, yeah, I had to hold the lid and then force it in there. Yay, I did it. Hallelujah. That was what I was saying there. It is done. You can totally do this. You just really have to believe in yourself and give yourself love and understanding. It's not going to be easy. It is doable though. It's a step in a process that's worth taking. And all you have to do to start that journey is take the first step. And the first step is realizing that you have an issue. And that issue is something that can be helped. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is not fixable. Everything is fixable, I guess I should say. Everything is fixable. Everyone is redeemable. And you are 100% worth it. You deserve to have all the good things in life. You deserve to have a clean house. You deserve to have a happy life if that's what you want. Trying to put all these boxes in there without all of the other boxes falling over. It's almost a comedy routine. I am thinking about moving those boxes to the other side and pushing the plastic bins more up against the wall. I may do that tomorrow. This is a couple of days afterwards that I'm doing this voiceover. But yeah, you can take an overwhelming space and fix it if you believe in yourself and if you're patient with yourself. You just have to start with the first step. Sometimes it's the hardest, but you can do it. You're going to notice this part is moving much faster than the last part. I totally forgot to speed up the footage. Whoops. So, yeah, I recorded the voiceover, forgot to speed it up. I was like, geez, I'm talking for a really long time. Yeah, I realized I didn't speed it up after I did the whole voiceover, and I was able to kind of clip it and speed up this part. So, sorry about that. Alright, here's what we got so far. It's looking much better. The plumbing is accessible easily. This part is pretty darn good up there. I can fit a little bit more up in that top part. So now I get to deal with all of this stuffs. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and get going through all of this stuff so that I can figure out what's staying, what's going, what needs to be dealt with, what could be trash. Like, this is pretty much all trash right here, right now. That was all in there. I'm gonna give myself this bag right here is like my shipping bag. So whatever I can fit in there is all I'm allowed to keep out of all of my little shipping bags, because I haven't been selling that much stuff. So whatever I can fit, I need to go through this bag and get rid of, like, there's newspapers and stuff in there that I don't need. So I need to go through that and get rid of a lot of things in there. And then I also need to address this closet because there's a lot of wasted space. I don't know if you can see. It goes like all the way up to the ceiling in there. And really, we're using only that much. So if I can rearrange that, I may do that too. It's 3 o'clock right now. I have a while to go. So let me set up and get you watching me go through this junk. Quick break. Made myself a salad. It is the Mediterranean mix that's in my haul from the other day, and then the grape tomatoes that were in my haul, and some avocado, pepper or salt. I'm not a big fan of pepper, and ground turkey that was also in my haul. It's like I'm eating everything that was in my haul, and then some avocado oil as a dressing. I picked up the avocados today at Walmart. Not the biggest avocado fan, but I know they're good for me, so I eat them anyway. I don't know why they're not. I don't know. I guess they just don't really taste like anything. It's the texture, maybe. I don't know. But I'm gonna eat this and get back to work. It is just after 3:25 here, so got a few more hours. Well, I've really got until my husband is off work, which is like almost 10 at night, to get this done. So I should be able to get it done with no problem. I also might be able to do some organization in my little closet here. So I'm gonna eat my dinner. This is my dinner, and then I'll get back to work on the stuff that's on the bed. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. As you can see, I've pretty much reached the last bit of rearranging, packing, trying to decide where things go. I have to say, after watching this, oh, that's wrapping paper that I called myself going to use, but I let it go, and I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that. Watching this made me aware of just exactly how stressful this would have been for me in the past. Having an inspection is probably one of the worst things that can happen when you have hoarding tendencies and you have a messy house, because you know that strangers are coming into your home. They're not going to understand why you have a mess. They don't care. They just want the mess cleaned up. In the past, instead of the major cleanup taking me a few hours out of my life, it would have literally taken me days or possibly even weeks, depending on where I was at the time. And this time, when I got the notice, I really didn't have any anxiety at all. I knew I would have to clean out this closet, and that's why I double-checked with the office just to make sure. But I was planning on cleaning it out anyway. This just kind of pushed my hand a little bit. So when I have lived in apartments in the past, I used to qualify for a lot of low-income apartments, but they tended to come with the stipulation that you got either monthly or bi-monthly inspections. And because I knew that I could not do that, I couldn't keep on top of it. I tended to have to go live in places that I could barely afford because they didn't do those inspections. And then I didn't have to worry about if I let things get out of control. And that's what it really comes down to, is you can start out, you start out with a clean slate every time you move. And honestly, sometimes I moved just to get the clean slate again. It's not really funny, but that's what I did. You start out with a clean slate, but then you end up moving in a bunch of boxes, and that's overwhelming. And then the boxes sit there, and they never get put away, and they never get unpacked, because you figure, well, I'm probably not going to be here for very long, and if somebody comes in here and sees the state of my apartment, I'm going to have to move, so what's the bother of, unpacking everything just to have to, this is about to become a disaster. But what's the point of, oh, here's my snake. That is a dead snake that I had in there. But yeah, you get very overwhelmed by things, and knowing that you're possibly not going to be in a place for very long tends to leave you cynical, and it makes you reluctant to unpack and get ready to actually live in a place, because it's going to get dirty, it's going to become a challenge, and sometimes just leaving things in the boxes, you can move them around, you can stack them up, it's just easier. And why unpack if you don't think you're going to be living there for very long? So that's pretty much how I lived for a very long time in my life. I'd have to say the last 4 years was the most successful, but I've also been working on my mental health during that time, so I've been able to stay on top of things, not get overwhelmed as easily. If I do get overwhelmed, I can talk myself through it. So having support helps, but I honestly was my support. So you can be your support. I know everybody kind of wants to put that support role onto others, And that's not fair to you, and it's not fair to them, because you can 100% be the support that you need in your life. And you can get yourself through this. You can pull yourself up and out of the darkness. And it all comes down to loving yourself. Really, I know that people hate to hear that. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's the best place to start. Self-love and self-esteem. Those things are paramount for getting out of this situation, for ending the trap of hoarding and having a mess and living in fear of somebody coming over or an inspection in your apartment. Yeah, you can do it. You can make this work. I'm at a spot where I don't know what I'm doing. My hands are dusty and I'm trying not to touch my face because it makes me itch. I am allergic to dust. I think I have... Sorry, I'm gonna grab something before Frodo knocks it over. I think I have gotten everything just about, like... Don't know what I'm doing here. Hang on, I need to go wash my hands off. Okay, that's better. I had a hair, like, stuck in my eyelash, but I couldn't pull it off because I would have touched my eye and put dust in my eye, which would have made my eyes swell up, and it would have been a mess. So, my hands are not dusty anymore. Yeah, I've been, like, rearranging stuff into boxes and things. I really need to get all of this garbage, like, gathered together. Most of it's gonna go to the recycle center because then I won't feel... Part of my reason for keeping it is I feel bad for throwing it away because, you know, I don't like to create more trash. But being able to take it to the recycle center at least gets it, you know, reused or recycled or recreated, whatever they do with it. So I'm just thinking about where I need to put all of this stuff. I know this is going to be like a ridiculously long video, but it's almost finished. I've got a lot done in here. I mean, look, there's empty space. It's crazy. Some of it will be refilled. I did figure out that thing at the bottom. I don't think I need to keep it clear. It's the dryer vent. And I don't know if they're looking at that, but I'm going to keep it like mostly clear. Like the stuff that I can pull out quickly. If it needs to be, you know, they need to check it. But they can get to the plumbing part, which I think was the most important thing that they were looking at. Frodo was trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Don't tip it over, Frodo. He's got to look in, like, every box. Huh. He's got to, like, pull every box over so he can look at it. It's funny. I think I'm making real progress, so I'm just going to keep trekking on. Those bags of things are the stuff I need to go through. That's going to go to the consignment shop. I just need to go through, take it out of the box, or out of those bags because they're falling apart, put it into bags that are not falling apart so I can take it over there. I have a pair of trip pants that I need to list on my Depop. Those sell like instantly. They sell very well, very expensive. And all of my trip clothes are in pristine condition because I took really good care of my stuff. Even though I have a lot of junk, I do keep my clothes in really good condition. I realize that I have been looking over here for the camera and it is actually over here, so sorry about that. I'm not looking at anything over there except for what I thought was the camera. So, yeah, I'm just gonna try to get the rest of this. I think I'm gonna, because this trash pile is really bothering me. So I'm gonna real quick turn you all around and get that stuff put in bags so I can put it in my car and take it to the recycle center. So then I can start. I don't know how much more room I'm gonna have in there, but I can make room in this closet for more things if I need to. I'm just at that, like, I don't know what to do point. I'm at the end. So I guess let's get this finished. We've reached nearly the end, and all of my trash. It's not a ton of trash. I mean, I've had worse amounts in my house, but it's a lot for such a small space. And it's a lot of things that I didn't really need to hold on to, like all of that wrapping paper. You know, I call myself going to use it. Got a paper bag so I could put all of the paper trash in it, so when I take it to recycle, it's all contained together. But yeah, I call myself going to use it, or it being usable, reusable, or important, and a lot of the times it really just isn't. I feel bad for creating garbage and having a lot of trash, and I end up not wanting to throw it away and create more problems, but then it just piles up in my house and creates more problems for me. So, yeah, it's, you know, I got rid of pretty much all of it. I kept a few of the good, like, paper that I can use to pack things, like actual packing paper, not newspaper, a little bit of bubble wrap, and a few of the good mailing envelopes, and the rest of them, I got rid of them. And it felt really good to clear out that space, clear out my trash, and just let it go. Glass bottles, like glass pill bottles, have really been catching me up lately with getting rid of them. I don't know why. I get them continually all the time. If I need one, I can just save one. But I find myself holding on to multiple, you know, iterations of them, and I don't need them. I just don't. There is a motorcycle outside, if you can hear it. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't need all of that stuff. Not, especially not when it's garbage. Basically, I'll get more garbage. I buy vitamins and supplements all the time, so. Yeah, I will always have plenty of things to have and throw away and keep if I need them. There is no lack, but it's actually a feeling of lack that makes you hold on to that kind of garbage. And like I said, trying to justify it and make it, you know, purposeful. There's so many different aspects of what I have uncovered with my mental stuff that I have going on. Funny update, the guys were just here from the apartment to do the inspection. I don't even think they opened the laundry room. Honestly, I didn't hear that door open. I kind of let them do their thing. They tested the fire, they flushed the toilet, the fire alarm thingies. Flushed the toilet, turned the shower on, looked in the microwave, which thankfully I keep, like, spotless. Opened the oven briefly, and, checked the locks, checked the doors, and that was it. Alright, I think that's as much as I want to stick in that closet. it looks a lot better, and you can get to the parts that they can get to the parts that they need. I don't need to get to any parts of anything. May stick a couple more things in there that are small, and I'll show you the end. I'm not going to show you me putting them in there, so I'm going to have to Tetris those bad boys in there. And then that's going to be it for this video, just this laundry room. I will film me putting the stuff into this closet, my bedroom closet, but I will make it a completely different video because this is going to be long enough. So I'm gonna work some more stuff in there, and then I'll show you the final result. It has been a long time. Let me see. It is 4:44 right now. So I want to say I started doing this at 1, almost 2, so like 2 hours. That's not that bad. You saw me keep a lot of papers, like brown paper. Hang on, I'll show you. This stuff. I like this for packing up stuff. And I got rid of all of the newspaper I had saved for that purpose. I would rather have the plain paper, so I saved a little bit of the plain paper and threw away the rest, and I threw away all of the newspapers that I had accumulated. Yeah, I don't need those, and they don't look good, and they get your hands all black. Ugh, my hands are all black. I need to rinse them again. So yeah, I kept this because I will use it instead of newspaper. I will just keep throwing away the newspaper, well, recycling it. I have a whole, I'll show you when I do the reveal, final reveal of the closet, I'll show you the stack of stuff I have to take to my car to take to the recycle center. So let me get that done. A lot of the stuff on my bed is, well, there's a stack of boxes that needs to go to my car. There's a box of Christmas stuff that needs to be put into, I need to build these, but these boxes are the Operation Christmas Child boxes that I got all of that stuff for. So I just need to make those up, make up the boxes, and stack them somewhere where they won't get in my way, so I can take them to the church when they are ready. I think it's like November 20 something ish. So yeah, that was loud. I have my windows open because it's beautiful outside. Clearly somebody is riding a motorcycle. So once I get those packed up, that will eliminate a lot of that stuff. And I can really just pack those up, stack them, and send them off when they are ready. So I'm feeling pretty good about all of this. You saw the amount of stuff that really was garbage and needed to be getting rid of, I can speak totally fine. Need to be gotten rid of and not kept, which I tend to do. So it is what it is. I will get there. I am getting there more and more. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be right back to show you what it all looks like, what I'm getting rid of, and then I'm gonna start on this closet and I will make that a totally different video. All right. This is it. The beauty of my mess. What it used to be and is no more. Here it is in all of its glory. Enjoy. Here's all the trash. that I'm taking. I forgot to film it before I took it out here. But this is all trash. All boxes, all papers, bags of papers, boxes, newspapers, all the papers I took out, all the plastic bags. That's it. That's it. Alright, here is the final reveal. This is all I can fit in here that leaves. This is, I figured out, is the dryer vent, because there is no plumbing, it goes up, so it goes to the dryer vent. And then this is the plumbing that they needed to be able to see. They can reach it. I can move this top box if they need to get in there more. But that is the final result. Almost all of these boxes are empty, except for that one right there has comic books. This box just has packing paper. That is, again, my old camera. I have Frodo's little, that is his automatic feeder. And then these are my husband's comic books and other stuff. And then those are my craft supplies that I knocked over earlier. So that is that. I am pretty impressed with myself. I will put a before and after. I took some shots of before and after. Of course, I didn't turn the light on because I forgot that it was there, but I think you can see it well enough. So that's it. That is the big reveal. It's mostly clean. I'm happy with it. Now I'm gonna go tackle all that's left on my bed. Here, let me show you what I got left, just so you know. With. Okay, so that is the Christmas stuff that is gonna be dealt with. That is my photo box that I really need to put next to my desk. A Christmas box. Those are 2 wigs that I'm going to take to the consignment store. These are some random things that I need to put away. All of this goes to the consignment store. All of it. And then all I'm left to get into that closet is, that is a cat door. That thing on top is some, you know, that non-skid stuff that I actually have been looking for my kitchen drawer. Glad I found it because I was going to go buy more and I don't really need to. That is my husband's joystick for one of his video games. So then I need to get these things into this closet, along with, this is a newer camera. I bought it to make YouTube videos with, and I don't like it. It only records for like either 12 or 20 minutes. I can't remember which one, but it just keeps turning off and I have to keep starting over again, and if I don't pay attention, yeah, it's a mess. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But then yeah, all of this is being sold. Right now it's listed on my Depop. I'll probably leave it up there. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so this is all I have to contend with to go into that closet. So you will get to see that in my next video. But this one is done. I'm gonna go have a snack, take my vitamins, and tackle this mess before my husband gets home, because I don't want him to have to deal with it. It's not really that much. I mean, that was a lot. And I will need to deal with it if we end up getting a washer and dryer. I don't know if that's gonna actually happen anytime soon, but it's mostly done. A lot of, like, most of those boxes are stuff that I need to sell anyway. and most of it will end up going to the consignment shop also. And then if it doesn't sell, it will be donated. So I'm pretty much done with it. And some of the things are eBay stuff that I need to list. So be on the lookout for stuff on my eBay, because I will be doing that here soon. Alright? Well, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching me do all of this, go through all of this mess. I really appreciate taking your time to check out my channel. Subscribe if you want to. You know, I put out videos twice a week. I try to do a haul and then something else. I haven't like really gotten down what I'm doing per se, but again, thank you so much for joining me and hanging out with me, watching me clean up this mess. Peace out, and remember that there are so many amazing, wonderful, kind people in the world, and if you're not able to find one, that is your opportunity to be one. Take care. Bye.